I firmly believe without doubt there is one product that I have recommended more than any other product, and that is over the course of the last 2 years. You know it when I'm going to say it, and you're probably very annoyed if you know me well, and it is the Wet n Wild Lip Oil. It is downright one of my all-time favorite products, and it's as simple as it's the way that it makes your lips feel once you have removed it or it is all worn off. It makes your lips feel fully conditioned, brand new, just in a way that I have never felt from any other product except for their overnight lip masks that they've done. Some of their limited edition collections do the same thing, just in a thicker mask-like formula. And if you've tried the Dollar Tree Be Pure lip mask that comes in the tube that people say is a dupe for Aquaphor, it also does the same thing. So there are some competitors out there that even compete with themselves, but I still love the lip oil and the colors, all the shades that it comes in. I can't imagine, but I'd love to know how many tubes I have sold. I recommend it to people at work, personal life, friends, on the internet, everywhere. So imagine my excitement with the 2026 new releases that they've come out with Lip Oil Injector, plumping lip oil. So it needs, for me, to hold up to those same standards. So naturally, I'm very excited to check it all out and review it here today. So that is what we are doing. This is dedicated to the Wet n Wild Lip Oil Injector review, swatches, shades, wear test, all of the things in my usual format. Once again, I surely hope you cannot hear my computer running very hot. It's always been a thing that it does, but it's been getting more frequent and worse lately, which is troubling to me. Or maybe the mic is incredibly voice canceling. Well, I hope not. Noise canceling. Don't know. But let's begin the blog post, and we'll start with our at-a-glance summary. So the Wet n Wild Lip Oil Injector is a tinted plumping lip oil. It comes in 5 shades for $6 each. The formula is a shiny, glossy look, kind of like a lip gloss, right, with a plumping effect. The packaging is a square tube with the signature, which you see in a lot of these lip oils, large and in charge doe foot applicator, and it's pretty well available at all the places that sell Wet n Wild right now, which we'll talk about very soon. So I have put all of those 5 shades to the test, and in this today we'll cover the swatches, the star rating, every shade on my lips, and I'll tell you, does it work? Does it plump? How does it feel? What is going on with it? Okay, maybe one quick edit there. So we'll begin with details, claims, and price. So this is, of course, a plumping lip oil, and it is designed to give you, as Wet n Wild says, next level shine and a fuller looking pout, all in a lightweight wearable formula. They are $6 each, and it is positioned as an affordable high shine option. That is, of course, a part of the Wet n Wild 2026 new products. According to Wet n Wild, this formula is designed to give your lips an instantly plumper looking and smoother appearance while still feeling comfortable enough that you could use the product for everyday makeup looks. The focus is on visible shine and a noticeable pout plumping effect without heavy texture. So one of the key claims that they make, of course, is the instant plumping effect. The formula is supposed to produce a strong tingling sensation that is intended to give your lips a fuller, poutier look. And in addition to the plumping, it also promises a high shine finish with buildable color and a glossy, glass-like effect that can be layered for more intensity. It is also described as having a smooth, lightweight, non-sticky texture for comfortable wear. And they've included some lip-loving ingredients, as well as some ingredients that give you that tingling effect and warming botanicals. So everything works together to hopefully condition the lips and give you that plumping sensation. So to apply these, you just use the wand to swipe the product directly onto the lips, press your lips together to evenly distribute the formula. And They do have a warning that there may be a temporary tingling sensation, and that is normal, just what you would expect from using the product. If you don't like it, if there is significant discomfort, don't use the product, and never use a plumper on damaged, chapped, or sensitive lips. Summary: this is a plumping lip oil priced at $6 from the 2026 new releases. It provides high shine, glossy finish with a lightweight, non-sticky texture. And the key ingredients are ginger oil. I don't know how to pronounce this. Capsicum extract, but it's one of the ingredients that gives you that tingling sensation. And the instant tingling effect is for fuller lips and should be suitable for everyday wear. So where to buy? Where can you find the Lip Oil Injector? Right now it is at Walmart for $5.97, Walgreens $6.99, Wet n Wild $5.99, Amazon $5.97, CVS $7.99, Target $5.99. And I'm willing to bet you're going to more easily find them online than you're going to find them on an in-store display. Have I been in Walmart this year? I think I've been in Walmart once this year. Yes, I have. That is true. I was in Walmart on January 2nd. I have not been back since. But I'm just going to take a stab at it and guess that these are mostly online prices. And Amazon, I'll pull it up right now as I'm saying this, might still be in a place of it shows up, but you can't actually purchase anything. Let's see, I'm looking now. It doesn't even come up. I'll do a search. And what I mean by that is they'll put products online, but they won't be available for delivery. Okay, they say free delivery February 23rd through February 26th. So they are there. Alright, they just don't show up on the first page of products for whatever reason, even though they're newer. So for the full shade selection, Wet n Wild has all of them, as does Walmart. Then Target has 4 shades, CVS has 3, and Walgreens has 3. And per usual, CVS and Walgreens is priced significantly higher than the other retailers. I'd still like to know how they don't get a good deal or why their prices are higher, what's going on. But anyway, summary for where to buy. They are available at major retailers: Walmart, Walgreens, Wet n Wild, Amazon, CVS, and Target. The price does vary slightly between $5.97 to $7.99, depending on the retailer and the shade selection, of course. So you will have access to all of the shades through Walmart and Wet n Wild, and then it dwindles down from there through Target, CVS, Walgreens, and I'm very certain the online in-store availability is going to be differing right now. Next is the ingredients list. So it has a blend of emollients, warming agents, and conditioning oils. And all of this works together to give you the high shine, the plumping effect, the tingling sensations, and just the overall smooth glide over the lips. Lots of ingredients I have listed out here, but what you need to know is the base of the formula are emollients, and that's where you get that cushiony kind of texture, that glossy look, and the high shine finish. And the blend of oils here are sweet almond oil, soybean oil, and sunflower seed oil. And that's just where you get the conditioning and the smoothness. I'm going to pause here. I did not compare the ingredients between the non-plumping and the plumping. And the original, the non-plumping, now I'm drawing a blank, but they have a very high blend of oils. And I don't want to spoil what I think about these, but let me look this up. I will get into what I think about them. But I really ought to do a comparison post between the plumping and the non-plumping. I have lots of different comparisons that I would love to do. I just don't know if I'll get to all of them this year. Yes, so the original has 7 oils. And I didn't fully compare and try to read through and understand this big list of ingredients. But the main call-outs are the 3 oils that I named. So that very well could be 3 oils versus 7 oils. And maybe that's why my experience was what it was when I get to that point of the blog post and I tell you about it. But very interesting. And these could be worth a comparison. But I couldn't pronounce all the ingredients that give you that like tingling or heat sensation, so I cut it down to menthol and ginger root oil. So those types of ingredients are known for those sensations that feel warming, and you might associate them with tingling or like a heated kind of feeling. And that's where you're going to get that plumping. And there's different forms of vitamin E, which are antioxidants. So summary of the ingredients: it's formulated with emollients for a glossy, cushiony texture. The conditioning oils include sweet almond oil, soybean oil, and sunflower seed oil. Okay, yeah, and there is, I mentioned ginger root oil later, so that is 4 oils, but are there 7 oils? What do they do here? Maybe they did have to change the formula a bit in order to get the plumping to do what they wanted it to do. I'm not an expert in, makeup chemistry and formulations by any means. I have to do my research here like anyone else. So again, menthol and ginger root oil for the plumping, the warming, the tingling, and antioxidants like vitamin E. So all of this is safe for normal use. Just again, don't put it on damaged lips, or if you have like cracking in the corner of your lips and all of that, you will regret it. And next are the swatches and shades. So this range gives you a high shine group of finishes, right? That give you some playful pops of color and also some that are more neutral depending on what you're looking for. And when you look at the swatches in the photo and my blog post, you're able to see that they maintain that translucent glossy look, but they have a pretty noticeable amount of pigment. Wet n Wild is really good for giving you glossy lips that have more pigment than you would expect. So the shades that are being offered would look really nice on all skin tones. They really are very pretty. And I have them in alphabetical order. So we have Flirt Filter. That is your cool toned berry pink. And it has a pretty intense color payoff. It's sort of tied with the next shade, Hottest Flame. That's your pinky red. So it's a red that leans more pinky. Just a Hint. This is my favorite shade. And it is a soft petal pink. And depending on your natural lip shade, I know this is true for me, it really is that your lips a better look. Shimmer Me Baby is the clear, but it has a glitter in it. And you can see it on the lips. But it's not crazy. It's not chunky or anything like that. And the last shade is Sweet and Spicy, and that is your warm toasted nude. It pulls just a little bit peach for a subtle sort of look. So the swatches demonstrate sheer, more blended appearance that will enhance your natural lip color. And you can go through the blog post to see the swatches on my arm, on bare skin, and also to see them on my lips as well. So summary of the swatches and shades. There are 5 shades available: Flirt Filter, Hottest Flame, Just a Hint, Shimmer Me Baby, and Sweet and Spicy. You get a sheer to medium pigment with high shine, reflective finish. The shades are designed to complement a variety of skin tones. Flirt Filter and Hottest Flame are your vibrant shades. Just a Hint is your lip of a better look. Sweet and Spicy is your natural brownie sort of shade, and then you get a clear shade. So pretty good first run of the products, I would say. We'll move into the review. So I went ahead and put these on just on bare lips. I've been doing that more often with the products so you can see it with that liner or anything else going on. And I'll pay attention to a lip plumper in shorter bursts of time so I can understand how long the effects last and the feeling beyond just the shininess and all of that. So first impression, you open the tube. If you've ever smelled a lip plumper before, you know that smell. That smell is here. And other than that, it has no recognizable scent or flavor. The original lip oils have kind of like a cooling, sort of like minty flavor going on. And that's it. So they're not sweet, they're not fruity. And you get that large and in charge doe foot applicator just like you do on the original ones. And you'll see that with other brands like Elf and Profusion and so on and so forth. The main thing that I thought was different, I guess I can't help but compare them, even though I haven't done a comparison yet, is it doesn't grab the applicator. It doesn't grab as much product in one go as I feel the other one does. So I usually have to redip like 2 or 3 times to really get that juicy lip. Like when I'm putting on lip oil, like I want it on there, you know. So just noting that if you're, I guess, wanting more of a one swipe type of product. And I have a nice photo of the applicators here as well. So the coverage is sheer to medium, so you can build it up to medium, especially if you're looking at like your Flirt Filter and Hottest Flame for sure. So probably like on a scale of 1 to 10, like a 6 on the pigment intensity. So you're going to get noticeable color, but some of your natural lip tone is going to come through. Of course, they're very shiny and glossy, just like a lip gloss. So very easily you can rate these 9 out of 10, probably 10 out of 10 for that. You're going to get that glassy look, and it's going to make your lips look smoother. So texture-wise, this feels exactly like the original lip oil formula. And what I mean by that is it's an oil, but it does not feel oily. It's not like that when I did my Dollar Tree review from Marie Claire, I put on the lip oil, and it felt like what I would imagine is the equivalent of taking cooking oil, like vegetable oil, and putting it on your lips. That is not the case here. It is not heavy. It's not sticky. So it feels lightweight, but that shine does find a way to hang around for hours, even when I'm talking and I'm sipping water through a straw. Maybe I eat something for lunch that isn't all that messy. I was surprised by how much shine does linger around, even when the color is fading off. Now, I mentioned it has the classic lip plumper smell. So does it plump? I believe that it does. I have pretty thin lips, and I can see fewer lines in my lips because it's actually plumping them up and making them a bit fuller. So you get a smoothing effect because of that. Those fine lines are softened and the lips look more hydrated. So it definitely plumps. So in terms of the sensation, it's kind of like several things going on all at once. I don't mean for this to sound scary. It's cooling, tingling, and spicy. Spicy, kind of like the heat you would get from cinnamon. However, it is not painful. I have tried years ago the Too Faced Lip Injector. I received a sample of that in my Sephora Play box. I threw it away. I tried it one time and it was so painful. I considered washing it off, and I forced myself to keep it on for the test. I also, in the Walmart beauty box, received the Duck Plump from NYX. I also got rid of that. And I have not tried anything that feels like Too Faced Lip Injector. I feel like once you put that on, you're like Superman. Like, you can do anything. You can wear anything on your lips. But the Duck Plump from NYX was pretty strong. So maybe like a second to that. So just keep that in mind. Maybe I've been desensitized, or life has just shocked the heck out of me. But these are not painful. These are fully tolerable. I would use these on a daily basis. In fact, I did to test all 5 shades. That was at least 5 days of testing, right? And probably more, I don't remember. And also, I'd be reapplying, so layering it up and seeing how that works. So it does not bother me. I think they're great. So overall, that sensation lasts for around 1 hour. Like the plumping, well, the plumping itself, I'd say lasts about an hour, but I could still feel some of that tingling spiciness for around an hour and a half maximum. So this next couple sentences is perhaps for me the biggest part of the review. I mean, you just want to know if they plump and if they hurt, but how do they feel once they are gone? Unfortunately, this hurts my soul to say this, they don't leave your lips feeling the same way the original lip oils do. They just don't. So the original will always be the ride or die. You just don't get that feeling with these. Your lips will end up feeling conditioned or feeling any sort of particular way. So this formula is really just going to focus on the plumping and the shine. But I did mention layering, reapplying. You can do that. They don't get yucky, gunky, heavy. You can put on as much as you need to. And also, no bleeding or feathering outside of the lip line. So essentially, reapplication is easy and you shouldn't be afraid to do that. And I would say when I reapply, it doesn't feel like as intense on the burning. And I don't even want to say intense because it's not bad. So shade-wise, once again, Just a Hint is a standout. It looks very pink in the tube, but when you put it on, it shears that very well. It really is your lips, but better. Like, this is the one that I would keep on my desk if I'm short on time. I just need to get a lip color on. I love a lip oil for that, but this is a perfect shade. Or just to throw it in your purse. I'd be careful with lip oils though. I haven't tested these, but I have a drawer in my beauty room that has the Ioni lip oil in it. And I noticed something leaked on something else, and they were laying over in a sort of way that I'm wondering if it was one of them. People do say lip oils will come out through the stopper, which I believe. Although I have carried an Ioni in my purse and nothing bad happened. I don't know. Always be cautious if you're going to throw lip oils into a bag or something that can move all around and they can turn. That's all that I'm saying, but I think all of that just to say, just a hint, is a great staple shade. So what really sets these lip oils apart is obviously the plumping effect and the sensation. So it depends what you're looking for ultimately. So you don't want that, you just want lip oil and also a ton more colors. Go with the original. And I have a blog post on those, and I also compared them to e.l.f. And that's going to be your comfort and conditioning formula. If you want a high shine look, even more pigment, not full, but more than this, no plumping, still kind of smoothing over the lip lines, you know what I'm saying? Then go with the Jelly Drip Lip Glaze, which I also have a review on. So decision-wise, it's really going to come down to how you feel about the sensation, the tolerance. Do you want plumping? Do you like the level of plumping? Are you okay with that spicy feeling? You like the $6? You'll probably like these, okay? If you're sensitive to tingling, you want something that's going to feel more nourishing on the lips, this probably is not for you, but I do have a table in the blog post of the key details that you want to refer to when you are shopping. So summary of my review, you get visible plumping and smoothing, and the lines of your lips are just smoothed out and softened. This is shiny, glass-like, lasts for several hours, sheer to medium coverage, building without gunking, bleeding, feathering. The tingling sensation lasts for about 1 hour. It's not painful, but it's noticeable. And this formula focuses on shine and plump rather than a long-term conditioning effect. So for the wear test, I just put this on bare lips, no other product on, and put on around 2 to 3 layers is pretty general for me with this product to fully coat my lips. And this does leave your lips very shiny, glossy, reflective, and your lips immediately look smoother. And then within minutes, you start to feel that spicy sensation. It kind of starts at more cooling. I guess that's the menthol, right? Then it shifts into that spicy cinnamon tingle. I don't find it painful. I just notice that I am wearing lip plumper. That sensation lasts for about an hour. And then around the hour and 30-minute mark, maybe I just feel like the mildest tingle. So I go back and forth in between like an hour, hour and a half. It probably just depends on exactly how much you got on that day. So the visible plumping effect is noticeable within the first hour, and then it fades. And during that time, the fine lines of your lips are kind of plumped up. They look fuller, so less definition in those lines. So in terms of shine, like I said, it performs really well. The color will start to wear off, but there'll still be just that hint of shine there. It looks very nice, and I do like when a lip product fades off gracefully. So the color remains sheer to medium, fades evenly, doesn't gunk up on the inner rim of the lips, doesn't bleed or feather outside my lip line, and reapplication is very simple. Like, I love products like this where I don't have to look in a mirror to put them on. No, I don't look crazy. I'll just get that applicator and kind of feel it around the edges of my lips. I don't need a liner, none of that, and you just can trust that you can go out into the world and you're going to have a nice full lip, which is like what I do with all lip oils, but that's what I like them for. And I usually like how lip oil feels more than a gloss. So all just personal preference. Let's talk about how to use Lip Oil Injector. So very simple, of course. So always start with clean, dry lips. Again, if your lips are hurt, damaged, chapped in any way, sensitive, I would be leery about using any kind of lip plumping product. So use the applicator that it comes with to swipe the product directly onto your lips. Remember, it doesn't pick up a whole ton of product, so feel free and okay to put like a couple dips to fully coat your lips. Press your lips together to evenly distribute the formula, and that'll really give you that nice shine, okay? So you can wear it on bare lips for that fuller effect. Put it over lipstick, it'll add some dimension. Put it with your lip liner, whatever you want to do. So again, it's sheer to medium. So if you want to use any of these as a topper, you go on and do that. Just expect a cooling and spicy tingling sensation. That is normal. That is the point of this product, and it's going to last around an hour or so. And a minor tingling will linger a little bit longer than that, maybe for another half an hour. If you experience significant discomfort, you don't like it, whatever it is, wash it off. Don't continue using it, right? Reapply this product as much as you need it throughout the day according to your preferences, and just know that it will layer well without anything bad happening to it. So summary here: apply to clean, dry lips, avoid damaged or sensitive lips, use the wand applicator. You may need 2 to 3 dips to fully coat your lips. Press your lips together to evenly distribute the product. Wear alone for a glossy effect, or over lipstick, other lip colors, liners as a topper. To do a little lip combo, of course. Reapply as needed. Tingling is normal and expected. My star rating, I gave them 5 out of 5 stars because they do everything that the claims say. And really the other lip oils don't say your lips are going to feel like a baby's bottom, brand new, born again. Very dramatic in the claims. It just ended up being the effect that you get. So I don't want to compare them to that and go, well, they just didn't do that. I mean, they don't claim to do that. They hit the claims. 5 out of 5. Moving on. And next are my pros and cons. So the pros are noticeable plumping effect that visibly smooths lip lines and makes your lips look fuller. They are very high shine, glossy finish that will give you that glass-like makeup look. They are sheer to medium, a buildable color that lets your natural lip tone show through. They are lightweight in texture, so they are not heavy, oily, or sticky. The shine lingers for hours compared to many traditional lip oils. They don't gunk up, bleed, or feather during wear, and the price point of $6 each is affordable. The cons: the large applicator is not picking up as much product as I would expect it to, so you may need a few dips per application. It could also be the stopper that they're using is just taking off a little bit too much product. But this may not be a con to you. Maybe you only want a little bit. That's fine. Strong tingling, and I use the word strong in not that strong of a way. That's a horrible thing to say. Maybe I should add the blog post. Again, I've tried the hottest lip plumpers, and I do find if there's not much tingling, there's probably not much plumping going on at all, and it's not meeting its claims. So I would say out of several different lip plumpers that I have tried, it's one of the strongest sensations, but it is nowhere near one of the most painful. But it's still able to do its jobs. Does not leave the lips feeling especially conditioned after it fully wears off. So I don't know how, I've tried so hard to explain and describe that the sensation is not anything to be afraid of. If you're iffy, just get one, maybe get the clear, give it a try and see what you think. Maybe one day we'll get minis. So I mentioned this in a podcast that came out before this one, but they do sell the lip oils in minis right now, but in trio sets. So if only they had a mini of one of these you could buy separately just to try, right? Oh well. So we'll end here with the frequently asked questions. What is the Wet n Wild Lip Oil Injector? It is a plumping lip oil that is designed to give lips a fuller, smoother appearance with a high shine, glossy finish. It provides sheer to medium buildable color and is lightweight, non-sticky, and easy to layer for an everyday makeup look. Is the lip oil injector suitable for sensitive skin? It's not recommended for sensitive lips, damaged, chapped lips, just because of the warming and tingling sensation, right? So you may want to test this small area first. Is the lip oil injector spicy or tingling? Yes, so it does produce a noticeable tingling and warming sensation. It feels like a mix of cool and cinnamon spice, which is normal and part of how it does the plumping effect. and this will last typically around 1 hour. How do you use the lip oil injector? You apply it to clean, dry lips using the wand that it comes with. You press your lips together to evenly distribute the formula for a glossy finish and reapply as needed to maintain shine and plump. It can also be layered over any lip color for added shine. Can you wear it over lipstick? Yep, you can wear it over whatever the heck you want to enhance shine and dimension. And of course, plump. How long does it last on the lips? So the glossy finish will last several hours with the plumping and the tingling, the most noticeable in the first hour, with the effects lingering to an hour and a half. The color will fade evenly. It does not feather or bleed. Does it feel sticky? No, it is lightweight, it is non-sticky, and it layers smoothly without gunking up or feeling heavy, and is very comfortable for all day, everyday wear. And is the lip oil injector a lip plumper? Yes, it is. It is a plumping lip oil. It visibly smooths fine lines and creates the appearance of fuller lips through a combination of shine, texture, and a tingling sensation. All right, my microphone has died here right at the end, and I don't know what that means for the quality of the audio because these are still newer microphones, and this is the first time I've had one go all the way to the point that it dies. So very interesting because I really wanted to see how long the battery would last as compared to like the claims of the product. So I would say they did pretty good. Neither here nor there, but we are at the end. It died basically right at the end. So does the lip oil injector have a scent or a flavor? It does not have any distinguishable scent or flavor just besides the smell that you get with the plumping products. So my favorite shade is Just a Hint, again, because it's the perfect your lips but better shade. I would absolutely continue to use these, especially when I want a plump. I need a one and done lip look. Lip oils are really great for that. And I'm still going to use the original. Still love them. Need those forever. So with all that being said, are you going to give these a try? Have you tried them? I'm always curious to hear about your experience. And other than that, I'm always hoping that we'll get some more shades and, go from there with them. I am surprised they gave us 5, not 3, but they didn't give us the whole big shebang like they did with the original. That's okay, though. So we have reached the end here, but no worries. There is still more Wet n Wild to come. Again, I have more ideas for comparisons of all sorts of stuff. More Dollar Tree. More of everything. I always have too many ideas, but I will leave it here. Thank you for listening. Go out and try some lip oil. Let's see what you think, and I will see you next time.